Hi everyone, how are you this Monday morning? I'm all choked up already. So I'm bringing you a Wise Inside moment for the day. And this one is really personal to me because it's something that I've been going through for quite some time in my own neighborhood, and I wanted to share it with you. And hopefully the idea behind these Wise Inside moments is that you'll get a nugget of wisdom or love that will support you in what you're doing throughout your day, and use these stories to actually see the Wise Inside moments for yourself. So, to give you a little backstory, I moved into a neighborhood that is really condensed in Las Vegas. They built all these houses together, especially when it was the big boom, and there are tons of houses in a small space. Well, we live in a smaller community, but there are a lot of houses condensed into it. Literally, our backyard is like 4 foot to the wall. So there's a lot of people, and when there's a lot of people in a small space, it often breeds conflict. And so that's been a process that I've been going through over time in this neighborhood. But in particular, as I was moved in and I started seeing things on the ground, I realized that there was so much trash all over. Kids would throw stuff on the ground, adults too as well. So trash was everywhere, and especially at trash day, there's just trash everywhere. And I started to get really frustrated and angry, and I was like, you know what? This is ridiculous. Like, why doesn't anybody pick up the trash? Why isn't the homeowners association coming through and picking up the trash? They're really worried about leaves on my front lawn, but not the trash that's just all over the neighborhood. And I got really angry and was doing my best to hold everybody else accountable for it. What I realized is I needed to take responsibility for myself in that moment. So I decided that my son and I were going to go and pick up trash. And that was going to be our deal. All up and down our entire side of the neighborhood. It's like a U shape, so there's two sides. Our side of the neighborhood, I was going to pick up all the trash that I saw. I literally picked up 2 big, huge black garbage bags full of trash. And people would drive by and they'd say, "Thank you so much for picking up the trash. That's so nice of you. What a great, community spirit." And I'm like, "Yep." Well, and then they drive off and I go, "But you can help. Like, come on." And so I started getting mad at my neighbors. I'm like, everybody says, "Yeah, that's really great." And then they just drive by, like toot their horn and thanks and drive on. And I'm still picking up trash. Again, I had to have a talk with myself. This is not about them. This is about me. I want to live in a community that is free of trash. I want to be proud of my community, and I want to be the very best version of myself in that community. So pick up the trash, pick up the trash. Then I started walking my son to school and the other side of the neighborhood, and there was so much more trash. So I decided, all right, I'm just going to pick up the whole neighborhood. I'm just going to do it. And a group of people in the community, a group of neighbors, were standing out talking about all of this trash. They called the news station because it was just ridiculous. And they said, you need to stop picking up the trash. And I was like, why? And they said, well, because we called the news and, we need to make sure that it looks the way we said it did. And I had this moment where I was like, no, I want to pick up the trash. I'm not waiting for the news. I'm not waiting for the homeowners association. I'm not waiting for the government, whoever, to tell me that, they're going to do something about it when I'm still living in trash. And so I realized, I said to them in that moment, no, you know what? I'm just going to pick up the trash. And they kept doing their best to convince me to stop. And I said, no, I'm going to, and they said, well, this is the parents' responsibility, these hoodlum kids. And I looked at them in the eye and I said, the thing about these kids is they're really amazing kids if you get to know them. And they've all come and played around our house with my son, and they're beautiful to my son. And when the other kids that are not so nice talk trash about us, which they do, the other kids stand up for us and say, no, they're good people. So I said to them, remember, when we look at people eye to eye and see the humanity in each other, it's hard to be angry at each other. It's hard to blame each other. It's hard to hate each other. And so, yes, these parents might not be involved in their children's lives, but I am. And when they are in my space, I am their parent. I take that responsibility and I show them, hey, let's pick up this trash. So we all went through and picked up trash. There was about 6 kids picking up trash. And what I've realized over time is that there's less trash. Every single week, there's less trash. And it's not because I'm telling people to pick it up. I'm not protesting and saying, pick up the trash. We just are picking up the trash, and we're doing our best to have a community that we can love and be in love with. And it's been beautiful. And what I've noticed is even people walking, now they're picking up trash with their babies, like in the stroller. They're picking up trash and putting it in the bottom. And it's been amazing. So I had a really big lesson for myself, is to stop looking for the world to fix what I need to fix for myself. And yes, it's just my neighborhood, but you know what? It ripples out. And our neighborhood has become more united, more of a community from this experience than any other, homeowners association meeting that causes tension and anger and frustration. I want to be peacemakers, and let's get together and build a community that we want to be a part of. And so that's what we were doing. So we're still picking up trash. There's not as much, and I'm so incredibly grateful for that. And it's a process, We're just doing our best to be our best in our community. And the kids, they're throwing their trash less on the ground now, because you know why? They have to pick it up. So they're not picking it up, though, because I tell them to. They're picking it up because I say, this is our place that we live. We don't want to live in trash. All this trash goes into the ocean and makes a big, huge mess for the fish, and it's killing our fish. Is that what you want? And they look at me and they say, no. And I say, then let's pick it up. Let's do this. So that's your Wise Inside moment for the day. And yes, be the change we want to see. Yay, Tara, and yay, Lise. So yeah, and I think once we start really just owning our stuff and taking responsibility for it for ourselves and not making anybody else accountable, we become the model for the other people, and everybody just kind of does what they want to do, because none of us want to live in trash, period. So that's it for today. I hope it went fast, but I hope you got a wise nugget and you take something for yourself out into your world. What is it that you can do for yourself that's for you and will affect your family and your community in a beautiful way? Hope you have a great day. Thanks so much for joining me, and thank you all so much for sharing these videos and commenting. It just lights me up and makes me so happy, and I'm so grateful for all your friendships and all your love. So much love. Bye, guys.